Another Gobbet opus. Number 30 from October 8th, 2008. Incurable. Isn't that a Cole Porter song? Anyway, long day, short post. I had a consult today for something that used to never happen, but I am seeing with increasing frequency. The staphylococcal infection I cannot cure. The problem is MRSA, not MRSA. I hate it when people say MRSA. It's MRSA. Some strains are resistant to damn near everything, and when combined with a poor host, immunologically, not financially, and allergies, options get rather limited. I have a patient with an infection of her arm bone, the humerus, no joke here, with an MRSA that is sensitive only to daptomycin, linezolid, and vancomycin. She developed an allergic reaction to vancomycin that shut down her kidneys, had a bad rash to linezolid, and now has relapsed after a 6-week course of daptomycin. A problem with daptomycin is that resistance can develop on therapy, so I am less than sanguine that I will have that antibiotic when testing comes back, and I really do not want to have to amputate the arm to cure her. The reason that Staph aureus is resistant to methicillin, the M of MRSA, is an alteration in the binding site on the surface of the bacteria where the antibiotic sticks. It's called penicillin binding protein 2 in normal organisms, but in the MRSA, it's penicillin binding protein 2A, the A being named after the fawns, I guess. So no beta-lactam works, or for you English people, beta-lactam. Not a cephalosporin, or for the English, cephalosporin. Not a penicillin, not a carbapenem. All the remaining antibiotics that we have for treating MRSA are equally lousy and have higher failure rates than beta-lactams. There are, however, new cephalosporins coming down the pike that are designed specifically to bind to the MRSA penicillin binding protein 2A. And I hope these antibiotics are as good for MRSA as cefazolin is for methicillin-susceptible Staph aureus. Ceftobiprole, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, is one of these penicillin binding 2A binding cephalosporins that I am sure will be heavily detailed when it is released. As a rule, new antibiotics are rarely as good as the companies say they are, and they almost never live up to the hype. But no one can hype a piece of crap better than a drug rep. But I so badly need a drug that will kill MRSA that I'm hoping for once that I am wrong, and ceftobiprole will be all I need it to be. I want to be able to kill staph again. I mean, really, is that too much to ask? And the good news, they have already isolated ceftobiprole-resistant strains of Staph aureus even before it's become clinically available. Yippee and skippy. To quote the Borg, resistance is inevitable. You watch. It's going to cost a fortune. Resistance will occur, and we will continue on the slow slide into the post-antibiotic era. And I will have my heart broken again. The relevant article was from Antimicrobial Agents and Chemotherapy from 2008. In vitro selection and characterization of ceftobiprole-resistant MRSA. It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. So, the end of another Gobbet opus. Remember, go to iTunes and feed my ravenous and fragile ego with a glowing review that lets the entire world know just how wonderful this podcast is.